Hi, this is our review of a 2008 Toyota Matrix. This is one of the best small used cars you can have with load of space, so sit back and enjoy. We have an opportunity with Toyota Matrix. I'm guessing this is the 2012 model. So it's one of those cars where the throttle response is quite bad, but the reason why it is in this car is actually because of the throttle needs to be fine-tuned. Sometimes the oil messes it up and then it's not as accurate as it can be. So that is one reason why. That's one reason why the throttle, sometimes you press it down and then it takes a while for it to respond. Apart from that, it's a very weird sitting position. It's not bad, but it's just not perfect in that it makes you feel you're too low down in the car. It's good for tall drivers, but it's not particularly good for me because I feel a little small in the cabin. But apart from that, you have Toyota's reliability coupled with what else? Usable power. What that means is that it's powered enough that when you are at a stop, you can, drive quite right. You can overtake, not too instantly, but then you can overtake if you need to. So all these things come together to make it a pretty okay driving car. So it's an economic car. So that means it has limitation in speed, but then it's good. Another thing I love about this particular car is the fact that it has all-wheel drive. So that means the driving experience is a little bit different in the fact that you can push the car through corners and then it won't disappoint you because power is being sent to all the wheels. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is that you can buy this car with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This is the all-wheel drive model, and having all-wheel drive in the car is something Audi has, and it changes the way that you typically drive your car. So it's important to have that in mind. And so I'm taking that corner quite quickly, like a rally car, like Audi Quattro in the 80s. When Audi introduced the all-wheel drive into rallying, they dissipated the competition. They killed everybody, including Lancia. Lancia at the time were using rear-wheel drive. But let's not go into history, because all-wheel drive will always be better because it puts down the power quite well and it helps you to drive. With confidence. So that's the potential for having all-wheel drive in your car. Power is sent from the front to the back, to the back to the front. All-wheel drive. Don't mistake all-wheel drive for four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive is usually reserved for SUVs. So all-wheel drive improves your driving and it makes it easier for you to drive, especially when you are in places with snow and the ground is cold. With all-wheel drive, you can drive that much better and you can place the car right where you need it to be. So all in all, it's a nice car. It's an economy car. Everywhere is plastic, so if you are after quality, you might not want this particular model. You have to buy the updated one. I think the updated one is the one I'm seeing right now. This is the older model, and you have to buy a good trim. So obviously you're not going to be buying this particular one new. You're going to be buying a used one. So it's important that if you're in the market for a used car, that you are very picky about the one you choose. This one has cloth seats. I'm sure a few other models will probably have leather covered seat, but that is rare. So it's a good car. It's stable. It takes you to where you want to be. It's reliable because it's an inline 4, and Toyotas are known for being bulletproof. That's their engine. The only thing you might have to worry about, which is not actually worry, because is the linkages for the suspension. You have to change that every other time, because if you are in a place or if you are in a location where the roads are bad, you would be running them quickly. So thank you for this simple drive.